Hi, Scott Lackman. Another episode of Food Lovers Series brought to you by 4510 TV in association with Two Old Ducks and Long Yard Beef Company. We've got Jen and Annette, the Two Old Ducks, this morning. Morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, for this episode, we want to talk about the food and the produce presentation. And our segment this morning started with breakfast as our topic. Annette, we're about to go on stage to showcase breakfast and the local produce. Talk about what's going to happen in today's episode.
Apparently breakfast is a new trend, and I think a lot of people are going out. What Jen and I want to show people is that making a breakfast at home doesn't have to be hard. It can be healthy, it can have a gourmet twist, and so we've actually done a couple of little things ahead of time. Jen's made a beautiful sweet corn and shallot batter, and we'll be serving that with Long Yard bacon, a little bit of maple syrup just to sweeten the table up a bit. I've actually done a couple of omelettes, and we've put some beautiful kale in there because we want to get greens into the diet. Jen's a nutritionist, so we push on that too. So I've fried off a little bit of garlic and some kale, wrapped that up in an omelette with some parmesan, bake that in the oven, slice that, beautiful. We've got some really good things happening, some potato rosties from Bayer's organic farm. It's going to be a great cooking session.
Yeah, for an episode on Food Lovers, let's go to Jen. Jen, probably in the breakfast series, you want to highlight the use of local eggs. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and the best egg that you've got, preferably your own that you grow. We both have chooks and things, but if not, go just buy any eggs are good eggs. But if you've got your own eggs, that's even greater. But I like to show people how to test eggs because you can't poach an egg properly unless it's really fresh. And we talk about that and how to use eggs. And I think that breakfast is a really underrated meal because we really need to start the day. Breakfast actually means break the fast. So let's get some protein and some dairy and some greens. And let's start our intake of our vegetables in the morning. And what Annette's talking about before, making that omelette, we can make our breakfast taste sensational, and it doesn't even take much time.
Excellent. Now, Jen, omelette is the best way to maybe mix those greens in with your eggs, and you're getting that nutrition that the families are looking for.
Yeah, omelette or scrambled egg or under. We could cook up kale and bacon, and we can put a poached egg on top. It's really good to vary it, but we need to be quick. It needs to be quick in the kitchen. We don't want to be in the kitchen all day, but we're both great believers in actually introducing great tastes and textures to kids at a young age, so they grow up thinking this is really good food.
Okay, ladies, this episode we're focusing on produce presentation, kicking off with a breakfast series, so we'll let you get up on stage. We'll get some footage of that and then we'll come back to you in just a moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Scott.
Jen and I are going to do a breakfast cook-up, and of course we've had to do a couple of little pre-prepares, but the whole aim of this morning is we're going to be talking about eggs, and we're going to be cooking with eggs. Jen's going to poach an egg.
Howdy.
I've actually made some omelettes already, and we'll talk about those. And we're going to make some beautiful rosties, which, if you remember...
Wow, episode this morning, looking at the produce showcasing. We started with breakfast as our series. You've just come off stage, so let's go through what you did produce. Firstly, Jen.
We produced the grated potato cakes that we call the potato rosti. That's in our book. Really simple, and 3 potatoes. I think everyone in this whole shed had a couple of serves. We made pancakes from our basic 111 in our recipe book, and the pancakes went down really well, didn't they? And we used a great chutney we served that with. We had Josh's Long Yard bacon, which was just wonderful. What else did we have?
An omelette.
Oh, an omelette. The omelette you made with the kale and the Parmesan cheese, and it was in the egg and it rolled up. Fabulous for breakfast, but also fabulous for a party. Those little rolls you did. So our food is really versatile.
It is, and while you were cooking, I did taste a sample. My cameraman Andrew is salivating as I'm talking, but the pancake, lovely. And I wouldn't put relish on a pancake normally. I'd probably look for the syrup, maple syrup, but just little things I'm sure we're going to pick up through this Food Lovers series on 4510 TV. Now, Annette, this morning's episode, the produce that you used used in your cooking demonstration just now. Let's go through what stallholders and what companies you got that produce from.
So we had, when we were making our omelette, we used kale, and we used the Bayer's organic farm kale. 30 years they've been organic. I think that's wonderful. It's one of those things that very seasonal. So you can't get in there and buy everything. Whatever is in season is what is available at that farm.
Yeah.
And I think that is wonderful. We had some shallots from Althorpe's farm. They at Hampton, they grow rhubarb, shallots and avocados. We used their rhubarb yesterday, which was just scrumptious. So today we used their shallots. We used Lion 17, their Himalayan salt, and their gourmet black pepper, which was a grinder that works. What a pleasure. We used Long Yard Beef's bacon, and I want to make a point about this bacon, and it's something I do rap on about. You can buy something now which is ham or bacon with painted smoke. How ridiculous. Go out and find your butcher that has proper ham, proper bacon. Make sure it's hickory smoked or however they do it. Very good for you. What else did we have? Oh, we had the eggs, of course, and we don't have an egg supply here, but we used a local farm for those, Glasshouse Mountain Eggs, which I think is just a wonderful thing. What else?
Jen, any other comments on this morning's episode about the produce presentation? Obviously, these organic ingredients that Annette's talking about, it brings that next flavour to the table, doesn't it?
Well, we really introduced lots of, turned the ordinary into the extraordinary, and I feel that we introduced lots of different ways to incorporate, protein and vegetable and dairy and all those lovely things.
Dairy, Maloney Dairies, we used their milk.
Yes.
We also used very good jam and chutneys relish, you said before. You would never have tried that.
No.
And that's what we like to do, is just ham it up. That's our classy duck.
Yeah, I think it's just nice to show people you can take something really basic and you can, and simple and budget wise as well, and seasonal. I think we work very much on what things cost and work with the seasons, as Annette was saying, but how we can make it taste that a little bit better and just start to get those different textures and colours and tastes, because we're feeding families and we want to excite families to eat well.
Most definitely. I'm sure we might repeat ourselves through this series of Food Lovers on 450 TV, but it's what we're bringing to the table, and with the help of Two Old Ducks and Long Yard Beef Company, the viewers are surely in for a treat over this series of videos.
We don't hope so. We know so.
We know so, yeah. And I tell you what, maybe this is going to get a little bit bigger through the series.
Won't get fat if you eat our food.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
No preservatives, nothing tricky.
All right, great. That's another episode on Food Lovers series, and we'll catch up with you on the next episode. Well, we hope you enjoyed episode 2 of the Food Lovers series here on 4510 TV. It certainly was the Two Old Ducks, showcasing all the produce that the extended Caboolture region has to offer. Stick with us through this series. We'll be bringing you more episodes of that local produce, buying local, and also supporting our local farmers. We're here just for a minute. I'll take your time just for one quick minute. We're at Roxburgh, a beautiful place of our Caboolture region. I just want to extend a little bit further that through this series, if you stick with us, we'll be bringing you an episode each week throughout this Food Lovers series. So stay tuned. Episode 3 coming up is Josh Long from Long Yard Beef Company. He'll be showing us how to do sausage making along with his sidekick, Joe Laspina. So stay tuned for that one. And throughout the series, we'll introduce you to some farmers, have some interviews, as well as some live cooking demonstrations. It's going to be exciting. We're excited about the Food Lovers series here on 4510 TV in association with Long Yard Beef and the Two Old Ducks.